How's your Thursday going? Welcome to this very formal, informal podcast episode that I'm taking on my MacBook Pro. If you have been watching the podcast 5 episodes ago or so, I don't know, my camera started messing up and it kind of affected how I would edit things. Basically, it was the audio from the camera was delayed. Don't know how that happened, but every time I would match up the audio from the mics and line it up with the visuals from the camera, it like wouldn't match up together. So it would make like an hour to 2 hours of editing turn into like 5 hours of editing because I'm literally there editing second by second by second. Um, but yeah, so now I don't have any guests this week. It's just gonna be me. Um, I kind of wanted to talk about the summer. Wanted to do a little recap. So much has happened. It's 10 o'clock p.m. when I'm filming this. It was a little breezy today in New York, but I'm wearing a tank top. Um, Spaghetti strap situation to commemorate summer and all that it's done for us and all that we've gone through in our own individual experiences. Let's just get down to it. I guess I'm just going to tell you guys how my summer went. My summer was pretty good, pretty eventful. I went to Asia this past summer, which explains like the month and a half hiatus that I had. Um, I started off the trip in Japan. That was really fun. I feel like once you are in Asia, you just have to go through like the 14-hour flight from the States to Asia. But once you're there already, it's like everything is about like 2 to 3 hours away from each other. So I usually go to Asia every summer for the Philippines to see my family, catch up with relatives. And since I'm already there, I think like might as well just like visit another country. For the past 3 summers, I've been going to Japan as that other country. Um, because once you go, you just can't stop going. So yeah, I started off my trip this summer in Japan. So many highlights to talk about. Clothing, I bought so many clothes. This thing that I have learned to do whenever I take my trips in Japan is literally like just don't bring anything. Just don't bring anything and trust me, like bring your hygienics, of course, but the most you might need to pack is like one outfit, maybe two outfits. I went shopping, came back with a packed luggage filled with clothes and souvenirs. Went crazy at Don Quixote if you've ever been there. It's like this insane convenience store that's like 7 floors and it's like overstimulating as fuck. There's like so many things going on all over the place. And they also have like many items that you could ever think of. Like they literally have everything. Fucked up Don Quixote, fucked up Harajuku, a bunch of good shops around Harajuku that I went to. I love this one mall called Lafayette, and it's like a mall that I swear by every time any of my friends are like, "Oh my God, I'm going to Japan." I'm like, "You have to go to Lafayette Mall because every single floor there is just to die for. It's insane." Like all of the shops that I saw, I was at least gonna blow like 3-digit numbers. Okay, that's all you need to know. Did it happen? No, it didn't because thank God for self control. But that was, it's always a very scary time every time I walk into Lafayette. If you want to see the haul, I did like a little haul on TikTok a few months ago. I also went to Tsukiji Market. Shout out Janet and Cami for telling me about it. I think they had gone to Japan like sometime last year and I'm a big foodie. My friends are big foodies. They mentioned Tsukiji Market to me. I am a huge seafood fan. If you know me, that is all I consume every day. Like it's kind of embarrassing. I'm kind of known in my workplace, like one of my coworkers literally knows me as the girl that eats sushi like every other day. So had to go to Tsukiji Market, fucked it up there. It was insane, beautiful, perfect, so filling. Um, Also so cheap, also so fresh. There was a moment there where so Mara and I went to this like little stall where they were like grilling. They had like a versatile set of seafood and we ordered our food. I'm standing by the table eating my food. Mari's like, "I'm going to go step out and use the bathroom." Fine by me. Let me keep munching. Picture this, me standing, grubbing, having the time of my life. Boom. First Love by Utada Hikaru starts playing. I literally started tearing up. Like I lost it actually. That was like the happiest time of my life. It was just like sensory overload. I was eating good. I was smelling good. I was hearing good. Like everything was perfect. Tsukiji Market, major, major, major highlight. You have to go. You have to go there if you're ever in Japan. Another thing is Amari's also been into fashion lately, so he bought a lot of stuff too. It was really nice to see him like take his time at stores. Um, this is the second time that he's been to Japan with me. The first time he was not as crazy as fashion. It was me that was like, we have to stay in Harajuku all day. But tables were turned and he was like, actually, we're going here, and then we're going here, and then we're going here. It got kind of scary at like one moment because it's like, well, actually, I want to go here. We were just like two little divas trying to shop, trying to find our way around. And then I also happened to meet up with my friend Ray, who is on one of my um, episodes. We talk about Japan and how it is living and dating in Japan. That was also nice. Ray is a good friend of mine. We met like around high school and she ended up moving to Japan like when we were in college. You should definitely go watch that episode. After Japan, we hit the Philippines. And if you couldn't connect the dots that I am a major fish lover and I was in Japan fucking shit up, can you imagine how it was when I was in the Philippines? I ate so good. So usually when I'm in the Philippines, I spend a majority of my time in Bicol, which is where my parents are from. And the food there is just so amazing, so fresh. We have a family friend who is our helper in the Philippines, so it was super nice because like I would just tell her like what it is that I was craving or what it is that I wanted to eat for the next day, and like it would just be there. And the fish was so fresh. Like when I think about it, I get literally so emotional. Hey guys. So I'm currently editing this video and I didn't freak out enough about the Philippines. Sorry. I need to add that the food was insane. There are a few things that I missed that I think you guys just like have to know. Um, the food was insane. Yes, I covered that, but also it was so fresh to the point where like I literally ate so much shit that I didn't feel bloated. I didn't feel crazy. Yes, I'm in Asia, so I'm not like eating all the chemicals that the US has to offer. Thank you so much, Donald Trump. But it was just so different. It's just so built different there, guys, and I just can't explain it enough. Literally had to bust the mic out again to tell you guys how much I love it. Let me break it down to you also, because I forgot to do that. I don't know why, but I wake up early as fuck when I'm in Bicol, okay? The sun does rise pretty early, but like, let me tell you, I'm waking up at like 5 a.m. And I've never done that when I'm in the States, like willingly. I wake up at 5 a.m. and the crow is like doing its thing. Like, it's like, caw, 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 caw. So just imagine that. I go outside. I have a balcony in my house in the Philippines. I go outside and there's people awake already. Some people are going to school, some people are working. You know, the street is just lively. And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking eat. I could smell the garlic fried rice. I could smell the fucking fish. Let me go get some pan de sal. Pan de sal is the best bread. Okay. The best, crispiest, like bread. So good. Some Filipinos like to like combine it with their pancit. Some like to dip it in their coffee. Um, but this bread is so good even alone. You know, like it's like just a hot, steaming, crisp bread. I don't know how else to describe it. I get bread. Go back to the house. And I eat so good. Yummy. Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm like thanking the world and the universe after I have this breakfast. I look at the clock. It's only like 7 a.m., 6:30 a.m. maybe. And I'm like, fuck, like it's not even 9 yet, and I just ate breakfast. And something about being in Bicol, and I guess just like being in like an environment that's so like still really freezes time. Um, and there's just so much to do. Like, for example, if I were to say this in Amari's shoes, it's like the same thing. But after he eats, he goes and surfs or like he goes to the beach. Me, I'm lounging with my feet up. I'm chilling. I'm like talking to relatives. I'm catching up with some family. I'm hanging out with my mom. Um, and then before I know it, it's like 11 o'clock and they're making lunch. And there's like more food ready for me. And it's like perfect and fresh. And like there's so much vegetables. And like the rice is so good. And like it's mostly so fish heavy. And it's just so beautiful. And then I have it again for dinner. And I sleep early. I sleep at like 8 and or 9. And then I wake up at 5 a.m. again the next day, and it just happens all over again, and I'm at complete bliss. um but yeah, I'm sorry, I had to just intervene myself for a bit because I was like, I didn't talk enough about this is important. um but yeah, okay, sorry, going back. Like this shit I do not play about, because if I could think about my life in a year, my life in 365 days, I literally only eat that fucking good for 2 weeks. And it's like when I'm in the Philippines or like anywhere in Asia, specifically the Philippines, specifically in Bicol, Philippines, because the food there is crazy. Clam, shrimp, fish, octopus, whatever it is you want, like it's there for you, and it's so crazy, so yummy. Like no one does it like them. Sorry. Sorry. Also me releasing this in October. Happy Filipino American Heritage Month, guys. Um yeah, like love it there so much. I literally cry sometimes thinking about how nostalgic I feel, how like much I miss the Philippines. It's so good there. Like, why do you guys think I keep going back? This was also the first time that I went to Makati and BGC. These are neighborhoods in the Philippines. Whenever I'm in the Philippines or in Manila, I usually stay in this other city called Pasig or Eastwood. But it was really nice to just kind of like branch out and stay in Makati. Usually, whenever I travel with my sisters, they're like, oh, like, let's go to Eastwood or like XYZ. But because I kind of had like that flexibility to kind of like decide where it is I wanted to stay, I was like, we're going to Makati. I have heard so much about those two cities. I guess I would compare them to like very big, popular, um, advanced metropolitan cities. It was also really nice to see the Philippines in an angle that I hadn't seen before. So when I was there, I did more shopping. They have a Gentle Monster in Makati, which is super nice. They got like an Arabica. I might be botching that pronunciation, sorry, but um BGC is also like known for having a lot of cats around its streets in a good way. Like they apparently love having the cats there, and like they try feeding them all the time and like taking care of them. They literally have like little signs around the streets that's like please don't take the cats away and like don't mind the cats. So that was like really cute. Both Magati and BGC definitely gave me like very much Manhattan vibes. I think what's really nice is every time I go to the Philippines, like I always learn so much more about myself, about my family. Just being able to have like that financial freedom in my motherland and being able to like explore it is something that is so beautiful, and I'm so honestly so grateful for. And I think, like when I was younger and I would visit the Philippines, we'd go to Bicol, we'd go to Pasig. Everything was like always very family oriented, but as I've grown older, I've gotten that freedom to kind of just like roam around and kind of dictate what it is I want to do around the Philippines. So that is just amazing. When I was in Makati, I went to the Salcedo market, which is a market that takes place every Saturday. And then after that, I went to Atomic World, which is like a curated, cute boutique that sells like a bunch of really nice clothes. I got like this one really cute belt that has like a bunch of chains on it. I guess I would kind of relate them to like like a fussy. Has anyone been to Fussy in the Lower East Side? It's like a clothing boutique. Not necessarily sure how to like describe the fashion, but it was very cute. And yeah, I like doused triple digit X amount at that store too. I get so emotional in the sense where I'm thinking about like what could have been my life if my parents didn't move. I get emotional thinking about the relatives that I'm gonna see and that I'm gonna miss. Um, Especially in Bicol, like majority of my mom's family is still there. So it's so crazy. Every time I go there, they're always like, "You look like your mom." Like I probably got that like 50 times this summer. Got that 50 times last summer too. And it's just so beautiful, like learning about yourself, learning about your parents. I feel like every time I go, there's always so much history that's unpacked from like my mom or my dad's side, and how does he know her and how does she know him, and like shit dating back to like elementary, and like just like getting a glimpse of their life back then from when I wasn't born or like my sisters wasn't born. And it kind of just reminds me that like my parents were their own people, before they were my parents. So always like a bunch of like different realizations that I'm going through whenever I'm in the Philippines. Always all good though. Um, but yeah, love that so much. I'm always the happiest in June because that's like when I go. But besides that, summer's ending. Um, and I say that with a really sad face because, as I said earlier, it was a little bit like crispy in New York today. I had a little jacket on. And I'm really sad about that. And it's going to be cold for like a good amount of time. Um, I have spent, I mean, outside of my trip, I've spent a lot of time getting to know my neighborhood more. Mm, been going into like different restaurants, different shops, different streets that I don't necessarily pass by. I've bar hopped a lot. Shout out Hanks. Love that bar. I'm not even gonna go there. Everyone that's my friend knows that I'm like a Hanks spokesperson in the most embarrassing way. There was one time that I was like looking through my phone and like I went on my messages, and you know how you can like search a word and like it's gonna come out of like every single time you've ever said that in a message. I looked up Hanks. Tell me why like every other message was like I'm at Hanks or come to Hanks or Hanks later. So yeah, that's all I'll say. Been going to Hank's a lot, love it there so much. Oh, and I'll also mention that they have the best burger in New York City. That's it. Okay. And then I've strengthened a bunch of different friendships. Um, it's really nice having been able to like find my own circle and at the same time like solidify new friendships, get to know other people. I feel like time is just going by so fast. And then another thing is that I turned 25 this year. And that is just so insane to think about because I moved to New York when I was 21 and it almost just feels like a year has passed. Don't know if it's because like the city just constantly keeps you busy, but like it's like everything just meshes and like blurs into one, and like time is just like slipping through my fingers like sand. I've done a lot of reflecting, and I want to be like more thoughtful with how I spend my time as I'm nearing the last 5 years of my 20s. Hate to be dramatic, sorry. But yeah, just like be more thoughtful on who it is that I want to spend my time with and what it is I want to do, what I want to learn, who I want to become. Um, I think I've spent a good portion of when I had first moved here just trying to figure out who it is I want to be and how it is I want to be perceived, caring a lot about like what other people think about me. But now I think I just want to focus on hobbies and things that I've like lost sight of. And I think with that, with like, trying to understand where it is I fall and trying to, control how it is that I'm perceived. I think with all that, I kind of like lost sight. So I kind of really want to get back to that and like just be a kinder and more intentional person with whatever it is that I do. One of those things actually being video diaries. I used to vlog so much and I used to enjoy doing it so much. It like really fueled me and I kind of just stopped. So I kind of want to go back to that. I feel like in some way me doing this is like a light ode to that. Yeah, so since fall is literally right around the corner, I guess I'm really excited for all the holidays. I'm excited for hot cocoa. There's like some cacao that I got from the Philippines that's specifically grown from Bicol. And I've been saving that in the fridge for a really cold day. But yeah, with that being said, I feel like the solo episodes that I have are always just kind of really short. Um, and yeah, thank you so much for watching if you kept up all the way until now. I'm excited for fall. Don't know what's gonna happen. We can do like a little fall and winter recap later on. But besides that, thank you so much for watching. I hope summer was good to you. Um, and I hope your Thursday goes really well. I honestly might just also continue like having recaps on my bed in this informal MacBook way because it just feels really nice and intimate. Um, yeah, hopefully my camera's good by next Thursday. We will see on the next episode. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll